Hi, my name is Dr. Evelyn. I'm a Jawad trained teacher and also a tutor on the Jawad accredited belly dance courses. In this video, I want to go through some of the technique required for chunks at a more advanced level. So there is a video in this series about basic technique for chunks, and your chunks are the moves that pushes your hips down into the floor whilst you're making sure that you're engaging your lower abs and your pelvic floor so your tailbone's not sticking out whilst you're doing it. We can travel around with basic chunks, literally just traveling around or adding it onto a forwards and a back step. We can also use the move stationary on the spot, going up and down, allowing the knees to bend as we push the hips down using our oblique muscles up here. If you're not quite sure whether you've got the move right, grab on here. You should feel that your oblique muscles in the side here, they start really tensing up and moving as you have to push those hips down. So this comes all the way from here as well as your thigh muscles. Now, if we want to take it a tiny bit further than that, we can look back in time to the famous Egyptian dancer Soher Saki. This was kind of one of her iconic moves, and she would often do chunks with her arms lifted up. Nice, powerful chunks. And what she'd do at the same time was she'd add a bit of a chest slide and also pushing her hip out as well. So exaggerating the move. So instead of just pushing down, you're pushing down and out ever so slightly, and your rib cage is pushing in the opposite direction of the hip that's pushing into the floor with your chunk. So if I'm chunking onto my left foot, I push it out ever so slightly and do a horizontal slide with my rib cage the opposite direction. It exaggerates the move. It becomes harder once you lift your arms over your head as well. So depending on how your ligaments are, how flexible you are, this might look bigger or smaller on you. Another way of advancing it without actually adding the ribcage slide on, although you can as well, is by adding a bit of a wobble in the knee, a bit of a vibration in your leg as you step onto it with your chunk. So as you step on, you do a little vibration, a bit like a mini shimmy, and as you step onto the other one, the same thing. So it goes chunk, 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 chunk. It's ever so slight. It's literally just a little vibration. It's not a full-on shimmy, although you could do that as well if you wanted to. But this is grabbing onto maybe a little accent in the music. And all the time, making sure that that tailbone is melting down to the floor and your back is nice and strong. How much you bend your knees is up to you really. You don't want to be on a completely straight knee, obviously. Sometimes the straighter the leg, the easier it is. But at the same time, you also want to be able to move. Or, if you want to do it with the ribcage slide at the same time. So you step down, 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 down. Let's try that with a bit of music. So check your posture, nice and tall. We're just going to start with a standard chunk on the spot. can add the difference of the arms coming up into the air. Adding the ribcage slide. We can also add a little vibration. Or and finally, so that was some of the more advanced technique for chunks. Thank you very much for watching.